The first problem, no issues. Which value appears to be an outlier is not having you check it. The one that's furthest away than everything is 15. Question 2, Elena collects 112 specimens of beetle, records their lengths. When she returns to the lab, she found she incorrectly recorded one of the lengths as 122 centimeters, which is about 4 feet. That would be a huge beetle. What should she do with the outlier when she analyzes her data?
She should
Remove it. Remember with our box and whisker plot, I mean, you could still put the data in there to show, but if it's an incorrect measurement, it shouldn't be part of the data. It should be removed. Absolutely. Get rid of it. Remeasure that beetle if you know which one it is. Maybe it's supposed to be 12.2. Give an example of a number of hours larger than a median, which would be an outlier. 100 would certainly be an outlier. Explain.
Because nobody reads 100 hours and it's way farther up.
Nobody would read 100 hours a week. Or would that be almost 4.5 days straight of reading? Could there be any outliers below the median? Well, let's check it. Remember, to determine a outlier on the low end, it would be Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. Q1 is 5. 1.5 times IQR. What's 11 minus 5? So 5 minus 1.5 times 6. So to be an outlier on the low end, it would have to be less than -4, which is not possible. Can't read negative hours. So could there be an outlier? No. Cannot read negative hours. Are there any outliers? Now this one's kind of hard to see. We'd be guessing if we just look and say yes or no. So we should use a formula. Is any number bigger than Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR? Q3, 55. IQR would be 55 minus 35 would be 20. So do we have any number greater than, what's 1.5 times 20? 30. 55 plus 30? 85. Do we have any number bigger than 85? If you answer yes, it's an outlier. So that one certainly would be. I don't have to check this one because I know 10 minus 30, because this would be the same, is going to be way off my graph. So I do not have to check the low ones because I know it will be negative. Question 5. Use the mean and standard deviation to compare the groups. All right, mean of the first one, standard deviation. Mean of the second one, and standard deviation. Yeah, A has a little higher average, but more variable. Higher average, more variable. Lower average, but a lot closer data. Remember, standard deviation of 0 is everything's the same number. That's pretty close to 0. So lower average, less variable, way low variable. Good data, however you want to say that. The minimum score required to get an in-person interview is 33. Which group do you think has more people get an in-person interview? Which one? I would agree with B. Almost everybody would be above that for there. Group B. A group of pennies gives you the average, gives you standard deviation. Interpret the mean. The average weight of a penny is 2.5 grams. That's what the mean is. The average penny can vary by 0.02 of a gram. That's how much a penny can vary. Question 7. Anybody got the mean for that one? Average? 1.5. Anybody confirm? Vicente, yes? Standard deviation? About 1.5. Anybody confirm that? Okay. Artist is not pleased with these stats. If the 5 is increased to a larger value, how would that impact the median? Median would stay the same. Mean would go up. Standard deviation would go up. And final question, putting these in order from least to greatest in variability. B. D. C. A. Looks good.